Hello, everybody. This is Julie D from NordoniaHills.news, and this is Jabbering with Julie. I must apologize. I usually record this and put it out on Sunday, but I was a little, upset about the Browns game, and it just didn't happen yesterday. So here I am today, but you watch it whenever you want to watch it anyway. A popular day for people who watch the show, in case you want to know, is Tuesday because we put out an email newsletter with a link, and it kind of reminds people, oh, yeah, got to watch the show. And the email newsletter is up to 1,000 recipients. 1,000 people get my email every week now with constant contact. So isn't it interesting? Anyways, so let's get started. As usual, I have a lot to talk about, and I'm not going to talk anymore about the Browns because there's just nothing good that happened at the game. La la la. So first of all, if you've seen this on Facebook already, I apologize, but I wanted to make this comment that some people say, oh, you didn't grow up here, da da da. And it's like, well, this is what I have to say. I didn't grow up here. I choose to move here. And I've been thinking about this lately, how I really like this community. And I like it the more involved I get. So when I first was here, I was like, moved here, I was like 21 years ago. No, 25 years ago. Anyways, a long time ago. I was a soccer mom and didn't really get involved too much in the community. And now that I'm involved in the community, I feel much more connected. And I mean, it's all good, right? When you get more involved. So my pitch today is to, if you're interested, get more involved in the community, join a committee, or even just attending some fundraisers or just shopping local. And I tend to like to go to places where you can talk to the owner. Sometimes you can't talk to the owner, but if you have the opportunity to talk to the owner of the business, I don't know, that's just like making a connection, even if you don't own a business. I just think, for example, if you get to know the owner of a restaurant, you have a tendency to want to go there more. It's like, oh yeah, let's go see what Joe's got on the menu today. So yeah, I'm just saying, join a committee, buy local, participate in local fundraisers if you can. Reinekers just had a very successful Oktoberfest fundraiser for the Chamber of Commerce. They were originally thinking they were going to get around 250 orders, and they ended up getting like 460, and had to like stop taking orders because they couldn't do any more than that. So it was a very successful event, and that was just something where you just pick up your food and and off you go. So there's ways you can participate that are new, and we can't go to community events right now, like community expos and different things like that, where we would even church. Maybe you used to go to church and you can't go to church now and you're on church virtually. At least that is a way to connect with your church without leaving home. So anyways, it's like our connections are different now, but I still want you getting out in the community and connecting with people. And if you don't think like how things are happening, for example, if you live in Macedonia, well, get on a committee, start talking to the right people. This stuff isn't, it's not going to happen overnight. You need to get the seeds planted now and make your plan of attack on getting involved. So that's my pitch for today. And in most cases, it doesn't cost you anything. Speaking of fundraisers, there is a fundraiser tomorrow at Culver's from 5 to 8, I believe. It's a band fundraiser. So if you go to Culver's, go on our website, NordoniaHills.news, and look at our community calendar. Look at the calendar page. We have the flyer there, and you have to show the flyer, or you could probably find it on Facebook. You might even know a band member that can direct you to the flyer. But anyways, you have to show the flyer either in person or on your phone or other device to participate, and they're going to give a percentage of the proceeds to Nordonia Band. And another event that you could potentially participate in, Our Lady of Guadalupe Church, which is located on 9080 Shepherd Road. is having a trunk or treat on October 25th at noon to 2. So if you wanted more information about that, it's also on our community calendar. They are looking for more people to, they're looking for more trunks, basically. Speaking of food, you're probably wondering, what is this behind me? So once again, I got to sample Ipaki catering and takeaway food. And this time it was tacos. And it was very good. There was lots of different kinds of meat, carnitas, other things that I can't really pronounce really well. But it was really good. And all the ingredients are fresh. And the meat was like very tender. You can see the meat. But big hunks, but oh my gosh, just melts in your mouth. So they're hoping to, I can't talk. They're hoping to open soon, and I will let you know. Speaking of restaurants, and last time on the show, I explained to you how there's a Greek restaurant coming to town. Well, now, if you haven't heard, there's an Italian restaurant coming to town. So, and in talking with businesses, this is a very popular location now for businesses to move to because of the proximity to the freeway, and people can get here very easily. So the Coco Bella Grill, authentic Italian food, is coming to Norfolk Center. They are going to be located where Giuseppe's was. If you don't know where that is, it's next to the gun shop. I have a picture of the building here, so you can kind of get an idea if you don't know what I'm talking about on where it is. So there it is. Yeah, you can see where it's going to be. And in Norfolk Center. So let's see what else. Oh, so food kind of reminds me of donuts, which reminds me of Dunkin' Donuts. So, I don't know if you've heard me talking about Dunkin' Donuts and how they're going to be opening soon right next to Giant Eagle. They now have the right in, right out sort of, they have the center island in. Obviously, it's not paved yet, but so you can get an idea how the right in and right out is going to work. So this way here is if you're coming, where's my hand? Ooh, I lost my hand. Can't do that. This is the west side of town, and this is the east side of town. So there's been a lot of discussions. Every time we put out something about Dunkin', people say, why do we need another one? And I try to explain at the Planning Commission where they presented, gosh, I think it was like a year ago or more. Their research showed them that people in the morning want to pull into a place on the right and then so basically right in, right out, and on the way to work, off they go to work. And there's a lot of people on the west side of town who do not want to go all the way across Route 8 to go to the other Dunkin' in Macedonia. Now, we have noticed that even recently, there are a ton of people in the morning going to the Dunkin' in Macedonia. So even if this new location can alleviate some of that traffic, that would be great. And speaking of traffic, this area is going to get kind of busy, so we'll have to keep an eye on how the traffic is affected there. So you're going to be able to get in more than through this way, because this is 82. You can also go in. I have another picture here so you can see. Oh, by the way, they're installing their signs when I tiptoed on with my camera on my phone. So the sign is already up. There's a couple of different signs they have there. And this shows the other way you can get in, even though my head's in the way. There we go. So this is looking at it from Giant Eagle. So you can pull into the light by Giant Eagle and come in this way. And then you can also come out this way as well if you wish. So there's two ways to get in and out, which is nice. So hopefully we won't have people turning left into it like we do over in Macedonia by Speedway. That's like multiple lanes, and some people illegally go across, even though there's signs saying not to. Hopefully everybody will behave and follow the signs and make everything work out. People say we don't need another Dunkin', but I think once you see this new Dunkin' open, you'll see that it's very popular. And just so you know, this property is a little deeper than the other Dunkin', so there's more room for cars in the drive-through line, which doesn't seem the other location was planned very well for that. So again, this is actually, they know how many cars fit in the drive-through, and it's a lot more cars than the other location. So I think it's going to be a good thing. And if people say, well, why are we having a Dunkin'? Because we have Stan's Bakery and the old bakery shop on across from Rosati's, and other places in town where we can get donuts. I'm pretty sure that most of the people going to Dunkin' aren't even buying donuts. It's more about coffee, and there's sandwiches and other stuff. And I think it's probably more coffee. In fact, it's not even called Dunkin' Donuts anymore. It's just called Dunkin'. So, I mean, they don't make the donuts there anyway. So if I were you, I would go to Stan's Bakery to get my donuts. And, if you like Dunkin' coffee, then get your coffee there. But it's not about the donuts anymore. And it hasn't been, I don't think, for quite a while. Speaking of going to local locations and buying local, Will's Jewelers is having a ladies' night out on October, actually it's multiple nights, October 29th, 30th, and 31st. We'll have information up on our website. This is really kind of new information, but we'll have that up very soon. And you'll be able to get more info about that. And we have more weeks to talk about it too. But they'll have a nice supply of raffle prizes. And if you bring a friend, you get a gift. So that sounds like fun. Gotta do fun stuff in life, right? Especially now in this new age where we have multiple things to be worried about. And I'm not going to go into that because you know what I'm talking about. All right, so let's just talk about some Nordonia sports real quick here. Oh, let's see. Let me get my sport picture up. So something interesting happened last week. They named one of the high school administrators is now our volleyball coach. So this is Jessica Archer with her nice mask on. This picture was actually taken her very first game against Twinsburg, where they ended up winning. And so she stepped in because one of the coaches tested positive for COVID, so they had to. So basically, the coaches can't be at the game. So she stepped in, and she was in the past in Medina a basketball coach. So she has history. We have a wonderful article about it by Emily Chesnick on our website, so you can look that up in our sports section. Speaking of the volleyball team, their record, because regular season is now ended, their final record is 20 wins and 1 loss, and they are 14-0 in the conference. So they're obviously going on to playoffs, and we cheer them on for that. And we hope they do well. Let's see, looking around at other sports, the girls golf went to the final golf tournament and they finished 10th. I believe it was the first time they went. So congratulations to them. And the girls soccer team, their record this year was 13-3. And so they did a great job. The boys soccer team, they didn't have quite as much luck this year. Their record was 4-10-2 for the season, but they had a brand new coach. And I'm telling you, those kids, if you ever watch soccer, especially high school soccer, those kids are running and running and running, and they do a great job. Now, interesting thing about football, Nordonia had their second playoff game Friday and lost to Mayfield at Mayfield. But we may not be done with football. And let me explain. So their season started late because of them trying to figure out, well, are we going to have fall sports? So they are allowed to play 10 regular games. So they may extend the schedule and add a couple more games. We still don't know. They're talking about at least 2 away games, possibly a home game. As we know more, we will let you know. But the Knights finished their season so far at 4, if I can read my rating, 4-4. And they are, I can't read my rating. Anyway, and so that's where it is now. But if they play more games, obviously their record is going to change. And just so you know, the October 9th was the first playoff game, and they beat Lakeside, in case you didn't know, 48-7. So that was an exciting game. We did stream that, and that was very, very popular. The away game at Mayfield, we did not stream. But the final on that was 55-31. So that was very exciting. Too bad they couldn't pull it out in the end, but Mayfield was very difficult this year to beat. So anyways, when it comes to sports, especially football, stay with us. We'll keep you up to date on what's going on. And, you know, I think we're probably the best source in town for fundraisers and anything like that that's going on. And if you know something about that you haven't seen us put out, maybe we don't know. So my email address is julie@nordoniahills.news. You can maybe have a comment or question or something that you think we should know. We really look forward to that, and we try our very best to put up everything that people send us. We can't put everything in our newspaper because we don't always have room, but we actually have more people reading us online than in the newspaper. So anyways, that's enough for today. I probably forgot stuff. I always forget stuff, but you know, maybe I'll remember next time. Anyways, this is Julie D. I will see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.